Round two. We're on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. If we don't draw a black mana, I guess we're in some trouble. But if we do draw a black mana, we get Sifter into Wanderer, which seems insane. So we are running 18, and we're on the draw. Seems reasonable to me. Alright. Opponent also keeps at 7, plays a mountain, and says go. Alright. Forest will do. Would prefer to play Sifter, but I can technically also, if I just rip straight green mana, I can go Retreat to Gazandu into From Beyond, which is not terrible. Alright, blue-red is a good archetype, so could be in some trouble there, we'll see. Well, no turn 3 plays nice, but could get spell shriveled here. Guess we don't really have a play other than Retreat to Gazandu. It resolves, got it. Okay. Incubator drone. Not in serious trouble yet, but next turn is the big one. Definitely want to draw a land. I'll settle for either type. Well, it's unfortunate. I got the land now. So now we're in life gain mode. And we can drop the... I think we have to drop the Sifter. From Beyond is a bit too greedy. But the nice thing is... What is the nice thing? I guess I get to block a Incubator drone. It's not bad. It could also chump with the Scion on the Oracle. And that takes me out of 5 mana range. But I do get to Scry, which could be what we need here. Clutch of Currents. Can I fizzle it? Let's find out. I don't think I can. That would be cool though. Cutthroat. Nope. I think we want the 5th land. We got to gain some more life here. No, he's still got it. Surprised I haven't run into that before. Alright, so taking, I guess, 7, which is quite a bit of damage, but still alive. Did get the 5th land, so now we can gain 2 life or be able to block a 3 power guy. Actually, I guess we want to pump the Sifter. Being able to keep his 3 power guys at bay with 2 creatures, I think, is better. We're going to play the... I was going to say Woodland Wanderer, but I think it actually makes more sense to play the Channeler, because then I can play Monitor even if I don't draw. Could actually just Demon's Grasp, Oracle of Dust, now that I think about it. Alright, so the reason to Demon's Grasp, Oracle of Dust is it removes a creature, and it puts us not dead if he has removal for Sifter. Reason to play the Channeler is we'll have 2 creatures that he'd have to get by. That's a tough one, actually. Channeler also sets us up for Brood Monitor. So removal, and then he could only deal 6, which is still a lot. 3 cards in hand. Missed a land drop, right? Because he played first, so he's got... No, he didn't. He's just got this. So, Demon's Grasp versus Channeler here. That's a good question. If he has removal for 1, he swings with everything. Block that, take 6. Yeah, I think we actually want the dude. This way, like I said, if he has removal for 1, I can still block with the other. And getting board clutter right now seems more important. Plus, if he gets a flyer, I want to be able to Demon's Grasp it. Well, I didn't anticipate the double tap down, which maybe I should have, but it did indeed cost us, so my decision was incorrect. But now we know we have to play around adverse conditions. So if I had known what was in my opponent's hand, it would have been a much easier decision. But unfortunately, even with all of these games of Magic, I have not yet learned how to read my opponent's mind. One of these days, though, I will be able to read my opponent's hand and mind. I'm aware of that ability that you can gain. Let's see. Any sideboard? Probably not. I think if we draw a bit better, this seems like a very winnable match. So let's try it again. I would like to play first. A bit of a bummer hand there, so we're going to try again. This hand is also a bummer. Try one more time. All right, keep this one. Bottom that. We're in some pretty serious trouble here since we're both at 5 cards and at the mercy of our deck to draw black mana. So, but if we rip some lands, I think we're in good shape. All right, I guess I'll settle for a playable. Yeah, don't really want to see Mist Intruder since it sets him up for good plays in his deck, but play the Retreat, I guess. One more land and I can play From Beyond, which actually seems really good with the Rot Shambler. So, got that going for me. All right. So, would like to hit a land here. Opponent hits a land, unfortunately, for us. I got the land anyway. Well, that's good news. So let's gain some life. Drop the From Beyond and then pass. So From Beyond can find us Channeler, Processor, Devastator, Brood Monitor. All of which are pretty good. I guess Mind Rakers too. Yeah, there's quite a few things actually From Beyond finds us. Ooh, Woodland Wanderer. That would have been a nice draw. No plays from our opponent. Interesting. Rune Processor. Well, not exactly what I'm looking for, but eventually I should be able to play it. All right, let's get in with Scion. Oh, wait, I can't. That's right. Let's play Mindraker. Love that card. Me too. Me too. From Beyond's a good one. Ingest, Swamp. All right. Okay. Unfortunately for us, fortunately for him, so he's going to get some good value from that Oracle of Dust. Brood Monitor, yeah, I can play it. It's not really that fantastic, to be honest. I sack 2 Scions so I can get 1 more Scion and a 3/3. It's not great. I think that we're going to chill out another turn. Next turn I can play Rune Processor, though. I'd rather just rip a land and, well, I guess we chill. So we're in a pretty bad spot, surprisingly, since we're spitting out tokens every turn. Missed out on a forest. Yep, just pure value town from our opponent, so wish we could do something about it, but mull to 5, unfortunate circumstances. Alright, got the land, so let's pump the Mindraker. We want to get this big enough where it can attack into Oracle of Dust. And we can play Brood Monitor now. I could actually play the Ruin Processor now that I think about it. Yeah, I guess we should. Or try to. See if we get walk right into a Spell Shrivel. Yeah, it's a bummer, but bummers happen. We're in really no position to just play around counter spells since our opponent is slowly working us down and we can't really do anything about it. Alright, unfortunate once again, but these things happen. So I guess we'll chump block. Might as well. We can still play Brood Monitor. I guess we'll play Brood Monitor. So we could find Devastator off From Beyond now, but I'm not sure if that's better for us. Alright, not the end of the world. Better that than like one of my 7 or 8 drops, I guess. Not terribly exciting here, to be perfectly frank. So I can play Eyeless Watcher. I can use From Beyond to find Devastator. I mean, getting 1/1s each turn is still fine. We're not in any immediate danger, but my opponent is going to be able to just get absurd amounts of value off Oracle of Dust, and there's nothing we can do about it. Is there any advantage to getting a bunch of dudes? I don't think so. Really don't have value there. Zulaport, Cutthroat, and Rot Shambler, but we already lost the Rot Shambler. Have Sifter, I guess. Mindraker doesn't do anything. We want to draw Demon's Grasp and Titan's Presence. Titan's Presence would at least let us take care of the Mist Intruder, although that's not that great. Guess we'll play the Eyeless Watcher. It makes better use of the mana. It's not like we can attack with the Culling Drone anyway. So I guess we'll pass. I don't think I'd dig up a Devastator. I could. But I lose out on Scions every turn. It's an interesting choice. If I end up walking into another Spell Shrivel, I'm in some trouble, or a bounce spell of some sort. We know our opponent has Clutch of Currents because we lost to it last game. Might be in our best interest to just try and get big here. Like I said, opponent is just getting absurd value here, just doing all sorts of sick things while we kind of just sit here and twiddle our thumbs a little bit. Nothing to be done, unfortunately. So let's take some damage. Devastator gets worse. So I could find Devastator. We didn't lose it already, did we? No. All right. He's tapped out. This is an opportunity to do it. I guess 1/1s aren't helping us that much. Getting an 8/9, but it comes at a cost of 3 of our Scions, which isn't great. But 2 cards in hand. Clutch of Currents hurts us pretty badly, but we'd still be able to replay it with another land and 2 Scions. The Scions aren't doing that much here. I guess we'll do it. Problem is I can't just continue to take a bunch of damage for the rest of the game, so I think we search it up. Kind of want to rip a land here for the pump the monitor, and yeah, I think it's Devastator. So hope that it doesn't get clutched, but we'll see if that happens. All right, to get the land. So we're actually going to, I think, pump the monitor. Could gain life here too. We want to be able to attack with monitor at some point, though, past the Oracle of Dust. So I think that we actually pump this. And then we'll play Oracle of Dust, which only comes at the cost of a couple Scions, which isn't the worst. Which means even if it gets bounced, we can replay it. This also gives us some protection against Clutch of Currents, attacking at least. Well, we'd have to trade, I guess. Either way. So he clutches that, kind of expected, but when your opponent draws a trillion cards, you kind of have to expect those things to happen. That's interesting. All right, guess we'll actually double block the Oracle of Dust. I think we want to get this off the board. And then we'll chump, well, I guess we can actually trade here. This is not going to let us play Devastator, but actually, let me block differently here. We want to block this, like this, and then this. That way we could keep a Scion, which I think we will. And we'll take 6. Yeah, we're going to have to try and clear some clutter off the board here if we can. Could have Sure Strike, but so be it. Can't beat that. All right, it's just doing that, which is acceptable. All right, take some damage. Get ingested, lose a Demon's Grasp, which is unfortunate, but nothing to be done. All right, got the land, so I think we just want to gain some life and then replay Devastator. All right, it's going to spell trouble, but no avoiding it. Lose a forest. Titan's Presence. Well, just played a Devastator, which makes that worse. I guess we can take out the Mist Intruder, though, so probably do that. And then just play Culling Drone. Yeah, I guess so. Unfortunately, can't attack with the Devastator. And I think at this point we basically just have Bone Splinters to take care of, which we do have left. Could draw Bone Splinters to take care of Wavewing Elemental, but I can't actually attack with Devastator because opponent's got too much of a board state at the moment. All right, unfortunate. Wish we could have drawn a little bit better this match, but bad things happen in Magic sometimes. You have to accept them when they do. So outside of my control, unfortunately. Let's see if we can do a little bit better in round 3. We'll see you then.